much today, so much pain, so much sorrow. Only scandals on the front page. We need brighter days and hope for tomorrow. Now is the time to show the world positivity. Shining our light, revealing the good in you and me. The drop, all that's good in community. The drop, showing the love that we all need. The drop, lifting our friends and family. The drop, oh, let us be the drop.
Hello, and welcome to Be the Drop podcast. I'm your host, Darlene Riggs, and I am excited to embark on this journey with you. If you are a nursing student or someone interested in entering the nursing profession, whether you aspire to be a certified nursing assistant or a licensed practical nurse or a registered nurse, you are in the right place. Here, we focus on empowering you to succeed with faith in Jesus Christ at the center of everything that we do. So, in today's fast paced world, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, especially when you are pursuing a challenging career like nursing. This is where Be the Drop comes in. Our mission is to be your go to resource, offering guidance, support, and wisdom as you navigate your educational journey. We aim to integrate your faith with your education, helping you to not only excel in your studies, but also to grow in your relationship with Christ. So, just like Hebrews 13:16 reminds us, but do not forget to do good and to share. For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased. We believe that God is sovereign and He is ready and willing as we commit our works unto Him. So, today we are diving into a crucial topic for all students, and that topic is test taking strategies. So, whether you are preparing for a course exam or the NCLEX exam, having effective strategies in place can make all of the difference. We will be covering techniques that not only enhance your ability to reflect on your own knowledge, but also help you to remain calm and focused during any exam. In future episodes, we will cover specific test taking strategies to specific types of questions. So, for example, priority types of questions. Did you know that there are steps that will get you to the correct answer every time? So, you have to tune in and stay tuned for our test taking strategies on priority style questions. But first, let me share a little bit with you why we chose this topic. So, nursing education can be a bit overwhelming, and many students feel pressured when it comes to taking exams. So, our goal is to equip you with practical strategies grounded in biblical principles, reminding you that you are not alone. So, let's get into the heart of today's episode. So, first thing first, I want to tell you, you have to carve out time to study. First and foremost, my prayer for you is that moving forward, you are able to clear your schedule and find the time to actually study. I mean, carve out time that is dedicated to studying. Because the fact is, we can pray all day long, but common sense tells us that if we do not study, we will not pass. Period. It's that simple. Nothing complicated about that. If you do not study, you will not pass. So, first and foremost, make the time to study. Here's a little tip that I find to work beautifully for me. If you don't already have a weekly calendar, get yourself a weekly calendar and map out your week. And at the end of each week, map out the next week. Literally, put what you're doing at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Like I'm looking at my weekly calendar right now, and I have on there what meetings I have at 10 o'clock, what class I have at 2 o'clock. It's also on my phone, but it's also written down on a physical weekly planner. That is a game changer. Try it. If you've never done that or you have not already started doing that, I would advise you to do that. Go to Amazon. There are many different types. Take a look at a few of them, see which one will work best for you, but you need that because you should have life planned out by the year, quarterly, monthly, weekly. Okay. So, what that does is when I look at my weekly calendar, I can tell where I have a chunk of time to study or to do something that is time consuming or to just hang out with my kids or to go to a movie. You can tell where you have available time. And you could also be able to tell if you have a heavy week coming up. So, my habit is to do mine on Sundays. So on Sundays, I take a look at what next week looks like. Okay, what am I committed to? So it's a combination of looking through my phone and thinking about what I committed to. So for me, I have some routine stuff. I do my early Bible reading, prayer in the morning. I'm an early riser. I usually get up about 5 o'clock. If I'm still sleeping at 6, I overslept in my mind. But that's my habit. I do go to sleep early. I like to be in bed by 9. So that's my routine. Doesn't always happen, but that's usually my routine. And I map it out. I literally map it out. Get up at 5, 6 o'clock. I'm doing this, 7 o'clock, I'm doing that, 8 o'clock. And yeah, you'll be able to tell when you can actually study. So that's advice number one, time to study. Get yourself a planner and map it out. Number two, you should pray before you test, right? Begin with prayer that will calm your heart and seek God's wisdom. So remember, He is with you in every endeavor. I truly, truly, truly believe that God is sovereign, even in the minute stuff, in all things. But we don't usually think that God is in the middle of the small stuff that only matters to us or that's not relevant to other people. But that's not true. God is in control of everything, full control. So that's number two. Number three, when you're studying for exams, it's good to understand the format of the exam you're about to take, right? What I mean by that is familiarize yourself with the types of questions. Know what type of questions you're going to be posed. Is it multiple choice? Are they short answers? Is it fill in the blank? What are you dealing with? That alone can significantly reduce your anxiety and prepare you for what to expect. Let's say you didn't know the test was going to consist of select all that apply. If you did not know that or even think about that, and then you get to the next question and then you see a SATA, a select all that apply, that messes with you. So do a little research. Ask, your instructor. If you're studying for NCLEX, I can definitely tell you the different types of questions that you'll find on NCLEX, especially now that we're under next generation type of NCLEX. So it's important for you to do a little bit of your homework and figure out what type of questions you're about to be asked, the style of the question. Next tip would be for you to practice active reading. So, as you read questions and options, it's important for you to actively engage with the content, literally put yourself in the situation that you're reading, understand key phrases, pick up on key words. And when you pick up on key words, you're able to eliminate obviously incorrect answers. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are questions that there are steps to helping you get to the correct answer, but there are questions where you really just need to know your content. You either know it or you don't. And those type of questions, you need to pick up on key phrases and your knowledge and be able to tap into what you know and eliminate incorrect answers. So here's another test taking strategy that you'll hear me teach about in the future and in future episodes. So it's important for you to take tests via process of elimination. So you read a question, you read your four options, and your goal is to eliminate incorrect options. Don't take a test and try and pull out what you believe is correct. Eliminate what you know for sure is incorrect. That way, you are left with the correct option. So, moving forward, try that. Try taking your test, getting to the correct option by eliminating incorrect options. Okay, so we call that process of elimination. So, reviewing your answers. If time permits, go back and review your answers. But remember, there's something to be said about your first instinct. So often students tell me, oh, I went back and changed this option and then I chose the incorrect one, when you change your mind. So, first of all, I think you should assess to see if you have that problem. Okay, don't assume you have that problem because I've worked with students who think they have that problem and they really don't. So there are a couple of different programs out there where you can do that, where they show you how many times you go back and change your options. I know Kaplan does that for sure with some of your tests. So if you're using Kaplan or other programs have that too. I don't remember if ATI or HESI has that, but they're able to show you how many times you've changed your mind from correct to incorrect. So first, assess yourself to see if that's a problem for you. Because if it's not a problem, then don't worry about it. But if it's a problem, you want to address that and trust your first instincts. Okay. But I think prior to even trusting your first instincts, or what ties into trusting your first instincts, is your preparation. You either, some of this stuff, you either know it or you don't know it. And if you don't know it, you have to develop test taking strategies that helps you get to the correct answer by, working your way there. You know what I mean? So if you really read a question and you just have no clue, which don't feel bad, that sometimes happen even when you study. It's just one of those contents that maybe you just glimpsed at, you didn't fully process, where you get questioned on and you like, what on planet Earth? I don't even remember what this is about. I don't know what this vocabulary word means. I don't even know what system this is from. That happens. But you can find keywords to work your way to the correct answer. And, lastly, let's work on our thought process. So that's why I motivate you to stay positive. Okay, positive affirmation can be powerful, very powerful. So you need to remind yourself that you've studied and you know this content. That helps you to stay calm and not get nervous. But the other thing, too, I think in general, not even just for test taking strategies, people need to learn to control their thoughts. It's extremely important for you to learn to control your thoughts and to be positive. So do the right thing, do the work, and control your thoughts. When negative thoughts come to your mind, and they will, you need to take full control over them. Take captive every thought and make them submissive to Christ. Okay? Bible verse. You don't have to throw that at you. So, and remember, Philippians 4:6-7 encourages us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. So study and pray and ask God to be with you to help you remember what you've studied. Okay. So as we wrap up today's episode, I hope you found these test taking strategies helpful and encouraging. So, first of all, let's recap. So, number one, you're going to get yourself a planner if you don't have a planner. You're going to carve out time to study. Time management is key. When you put on your planner what you're doing for the week, every hour of the day, you will be able to see when you have time. So, put your work hours. You're working from 9 to 1 today. So, you're not studying from 9 to 1. If you're working, 12-hour shift, that day's kind of shot because you don't want to be studying while you're tired and falling asleep. No, if you're sleepy, go to sleep and then wake up and study. Okay, so time management, time to study, get a planner, pray, do a little research on the type of test you're about to take. Okay, and practice active reading, actively engage in your content, pick up on keywords while you're taking the test, and lastly, stay positive. Okay, so each of you is uniquely equipped for the journey that you are in. I don't believe God had you start nursing school, be in nursing school, finish nursing school, preparing for NCLEX for no reason. So stay the course, okay, with faith and with preparation in a community of people who are supporting you in doing this. That's another advice I have for you. Be around positive people, people who know that you can do this, people who know that you have what it takes and who will tell you you have what it takes and don't give up. You don't know how often I give students that advice, especially before they go for NCLEX. I say certain people you have to avoid because they're Debbie Downers. They're not encouraging you and letting you that you can do this. So you need to replace these folks or temporarily stay away from them until you accomplish this, because you want people who are going to motivate you and be your champion and letting you know you can and will do this. All right. So next episode, we will go over different types of questions in specific test taking strategies to answering these specific questions, like priority questions. Who do you see first type of questions? Okay. So with priority questions, I think that's the most important one. So we will spend one full episode breaking down priority types of questions. And I'm really, really, truly happy to share those skills with you and help you accomplish your goal of becoming a nurse. So before we end, I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or challenges you're facing in your nursing journey, feel free to reach out. You can also suggest topics that you'd like for us to cover in future episodes. Our community thrives on engagement and support, and we are excited to grow alongside you. So thank you again for joining me today on Be the Drop podcast. Let's continue to walk in obedience to Christ as we strive towards our goals. Remember, every effort you make contributes to God's greater purpose for you. So until next time, do well by doing good. Be the drop.
All you hear in the news today, so much pain, so much sorrow. Only scandals on the front page. We need brighter days and hope for tomorrow. Now is the time to show the world positivity. Shining our light, revealing the good in you and me. The drop, all that's good in community. The drop, showing the love that we all need. The drop, lifting our friends and family. The drop, oh, let us be the drop.